The film begins with four older people in a car, heading on a holiday journey. They plan to remain in their room, which was located just above the top of the hill, and the entire area was bordered by hills, making it a stunning location. A woman named Di was enjoying herself in the car. She was joined by two people and a dog belonging to one of them. However, Di's expression indicated that she does not much enjoy animals. It takes them some time to arrive at their room, which was close to the city. When they get at the cottage, Di's buddy invites them to a local village, but she declines due to frustration. After they depart, Di's dog stays with her. Di begins to become friends with her dog, but the dog is startled as it turns around. She attempts to find them, but can't see them. She continuously hits an invisible wall, which she discovers to be a barrier. This wall is invisible to her eyes, but felt via touch, making the dog afraid to continue forward. Di soon comes to a farm with an elderly couple in front of her, calming her. However, she comes to another unseen wall and screams out to the elderly couple, but they remain inactive. Di is shocked to see that the elderly couple has been standing in the same posture for a long time, with everything around them moving except for them. Di feels afraid and retreats slowly, ultimately returning to her cabin. She had a dream about an invisible wall that keeps her in a cage, and she believes it will kill her. She becomes depressed and starts shouting loudly. She wakes up the next day hoping to see the invisible wall again and escape from it. As she reaches the farmhouse, she notices the elderly couple standing still. An adorable brown cow with a puppy approaches her, and she starts heading towards it. She is terrified and doesn't know where to run. Instead, the cow stops munching grass to follow Di. She welcomes the cow into her cabin, which has become her home. Di sees this cow as a difficulty for herself because she has to bring her grass every day to satisfy her hunger, but she chooses to keep the cow with her since she is alone herself. She began to milk the cow. Anyway, she satisfied her desire by drinking cow's milk. However, she was concerned about the food arriving here. When Di awoke the following morning, she had an idea. Her friend's automobile crosses this wall in her mind. She gets in the vehicle and slams it against the wall. This totally damages the car's following section. In addition, Di sustained a brain injury. However, this invisible wall remained unbroken. There is not even a scratch on it. It did not change. Di noticed a vehicle parked across from the wall at this point. However, it proved ineffective, since nobody was within it either. These conditions made the poor creature quite depressed. She returns to her cabin for that reason and cried loudly. She understood she couldn't get out of this situation. Every day, she trims grass and feeds her cows. She survives by drinking milk and working to support herself. She spent the summertime here in this manner. This indicates that she has spent the last 3 months restricted to this location. Now she is considering planting fruits and vegetables. Her method involves excavating the area in front of the hut and cultivating a variety of crops. She discovers them in the mountains and stitches them. Di marks the calendar for each day that passes. She spent her days writing everything down on paper. Living with animals allowed her to gain valuable knowledge about them. She also had a good relationship with them. It suddenly began to rain heavily here. Di noticed a presence outside her cottage while sitting in it. She discovered a cat lounging outside the cabin. The poor animal got pretty drenched in the rain. Di brings her into the cabin, cleans her thoroughly, and places her. Just like her, that cat was alone. That's why Di considers raising her. Here was a family similar to Di's. She was learning to hunt as time passed, because vegetables will take time to grow. During her hunt, she encountered numerous challenges. The way she used to be injured. Over time, she improved at it. She used to be accompanied by a dog when doing this. One day, while hunting, she noticed a truck ahead of her. She used to watch it come and go, but today, the vehicle was extremely close. She was hopeful that there was someone else but me, and now I may leave. However, as she approached the truck, she was smacked by an invisible wall. As a result, all of her expectations were dashed. She was returning home in despair when she noticed her home near the mountain. She took out the binoculars and peered about. Unfortunately, the residence was likewise empty. Nobody lived there either. Di prefers to sit near this property due to its great view. It was serene. A little breeze was blowing, but when she awoke, it was nighttime. That's why she returned to her cabin. She noticed that my cat gave birth to a white and adorable baby. Di began to love him. Another family member had arrived at her house. She became caught up in work. She was here for 6 months, and now winter was here. The snow was covering everything outside. She discovered that my cat's kid was born in extreme cold. Di was concerned that her pet would not survive for long. At night, she goes out with a lantern to find him. After some time, she discovers that the cat's baby has died. She was deeply saddened due to her affection for him. She begins crying. She buries him there and returns to the cabin. She records daily life events in her book. Di was changing daily, but she never stopped examining the invisible wall. Di's life's shortcoming was completed today. Following the loss of the newborn kitten, she had lived here for a year. When bored, she goes for a walk with her animals near the mountainous house, which she enjoys. So, Di has decided to stay here today. Time was passing swiftly. The summers are also over, and now it's monsoon season again. Today has also passed. Di prepared wood for her companions throughout the snowy weather to ensure their safety. A chilly air blew one day. Di heard a bird outside. When she walked outside to check, she spotted a white crow sitting alone. Di concludes that the other crows abandoned it because to its hue, so she understands the loneliness. It was unexpectedly difficult to be alone. Di walks her goats near the hilly residence. However, as usual, she dislikes her current location. Di was tired of her jail time. This is why she felt that everything here was pointless. At that unusual moment, she returns to her cabin with her animals, and here she is. 3 years have passed. When she heard her cow bellowing, she became afraid. She fled, along with her dog. As she approaches, she notices a man attempting to slaughter a cow with an axe. She doesn't know what to do. She cries aloud. Although a human can enter the invisible wall, she is unable to comprehend. She hurries to her cabin, grabs her rifle, and emerges, but she arrived late. By then, the man killed both the cow and the dog. Look how frantic she becomes. She loses control. She aims the rifle toward the man. He shoots himself in the chest, aiming to kill him. Even when she's not upset, she sits. Her family had only one large cow remaining. She returns to the cottage with her cow, writes her laments on the last page of the book, and completes it. The story ends with this scene.